I'm glad you're back, friend. Now that the worst of things is over, I thought a celebration was in order, and Count Calantius agreed. Everyone should know what you did for Westweald. Cracked acorns? What you did for all of reality. Most certainly, but Laramil, Tribunalea, Scroot, Curate Gadain and I probably wouldn't have accomplished what we did without you as our anchor point. And poor Gadain. I know he was a good friend to you and Laramil. And we'll honor him as well. All of us. We were up against threats I can barely comprehend, and we came out on top. If that isn't cause for celebration, I don't know what is. I still find it hard to believe after all that, Ethelia just surrendered. I've been all across Tamriel, even visited places off the continent, and I've been to Oblivion. But I can't picture what a completely different reality even looks like. I suppose it's sort of like when Alea and I were trapped on the many paths. Right. And we're certain she's really gone? That she can't find a way back and start all this trouble again? What am I saying? Of course we are. Even Hermaeus Mora said so. Still... Once Torvasad forced us all to remember, history changed. That's not something we're just going to forget. It will be interesting to see the ramifications of a new Daedric prince, even if she's no longer here. It will change our views of the past.
Hey, I want to talk to the heroic mortal too. Baragon insisted on holding a celebration, but he refused every one of the suggestions I made. I'll have you know the Ciphers consider me indispensable at all their social functions. Anyway, good work with the relics. The Great Eye is pleased. There was a lot more to it. The exact relics had to be placed precisely, and a spell provided by a Daedric prince had to be cast perfectly at each location. While it will take reality some time to totally recover, existence is no longer in peril. Oh, totally. They completely expelled every bit of Daedric energy contained within them to restore reality. Now they really are just a lamp, a map, and a sword. Well, not quite. While Hermaeus Mora appreciates everything you've done as Fate's chosen, he told me he wants to speak to you one last time. Whenever is convenient, of course. So mingle, talk to your allies, then look for my master's portal. Not permanently, I don't think. Probably just wants to reward you. The Great Eye knows how much you mortals appreciate shiny objects. But to be safe, I suggest you talk to all your allies first. Last farewells and all that. Mortal, Hermaeus Mora demands an audience when you finish talking to your allies. This portal will take you to him.
When you are ready, I shall accompany.
Don't look so surprised, comrade. The people of the Weald know how to throw a celebration. We did good work, but I can't imagine what would have happened without your involvement. So, allow us to sing your praises. You deserve it. Sure, I helped, but I was doing my duty. I serve Count and country. You have no vested interest in Westweald, but still you risked everything to save us. And you figured out how to exile Ethelia. That's impressive from where I'm standing, comrade.
I find it just sweltering being in the city, don't you? But I suppose I can weather a little discomfort if it means getting the chance to express my gratitude properly. And it seems there are many others who feel the same. The trading post will be operational again in due course. That's one of the reasons I decided to attend this gala. Oh, to honor you, of course, but also to get in a word with the Count. We're still waiting for legionaries to safeguard Leftweald.
Well, this is a fine brouhaha, isn't it?
Tribunalea ordered me to attend your party. Messenger, party-goer, it's degrading. Well, now that we're done with your heroics, maybe I can get back to being a soldier again. Wouldn't that be nice? We are sure we won, right?
The rot has been culled from Vashabar thanks to you. I only hope that Nantharian's mad plan was due to the influence of this forgotten Daedric prince, Athelia, and not the philosophy of the Dawnway. Vashabar has enough problems remaining as it is. Far better than I anticipated. I think in no small part thanks to you, Baragon, and Tribune Alea. The Count is a fair, if tough, negotiator, but he understands that Nantharian and the Recollection are not Vashabar. Which is why I have promised our green speakers will help heal the area of devastation. As for the new forest, those roots cannot be returned to their seeds. Vashabar will be a good neighbor, though. On that, you have my word.
When I heard about this party, I decided to make my way to the city and offer my regards too. Nice to see all the folks you helped here. I guess helping my little inn was only one step in what sounds like an epic adventure. Well, business is still a little rocky, but my new drinks are starting to get noticed. I'm even working on one to commemorate this moment, named for you, of course. The Helping Hand? The Mysterious Wanderer? If you have a suggestion, let me know.
Deputy, good to see you. I'm surprised you didn't ask for a larger salary, considering what I now know of your reputation. I'm glad to see you were able to help all of Westweald, not just solve my problems in Ontis. I haven't settled one way or another, but there's still a lot I need to do. So I'll remain constable for a little while longer. Whatever I decide. Ontis will be better off without the Baron and Lady Raxley putting elixirs in the food supply.
I hope you don't mind, but we crashed your party. A friendly legionary mentioned it to me and offered to help get Narcissus here. Said his name was Capio, I think. Nice fellow. He really liked my hair. Oh, as you can see, poor Narcissus is still petrified. Maybe? I wonder if anyone here can restore poor Narcissus. He always dreamed of a statue, but I don't think this is what he had in mind. If not, I'm sure there's something in his notes. It's not the first time he's gotten into trouble, you know. I know Narcissus can rub people the wrong way, but I think that's just a part of his adventurous spirit. Don't judge him too harshly. It's what allows him to make all those great discoveries. And also, occasionally, gets him turned into a statue.
Hello, Walker. One needs not be as perceptive as Mystic Thunderboots to see all the good you have done for Westweald. But this one is curious about the Recollection. The group's origins sound like a mystery Mystic should pursue next. Mystic hopes so. This one intends to stay in Westweald for a while longer. There are many here that could benefit from Mystic's deductive skills. Of course, this one must make do without your assistance, sadly. Hopefully our paths will cross again.
Nice party. I didn't know you were so famous. I was hoping to find a compassionate yet influential patron here to fund my research, but no luck so far. Don't worry, I won't try to wrangle funds from you. I'm much too indebted to you for that. Both tribes have shamans again, and they're letting me enter their camps to observe their crafting habits. I may have enough evidence to support my theories now. After this, I think I might branch into other groups. Reeklings, maybe. Who knows? I'm still thinking it over, but what happened at Gray's Hollow helped me understand the threat that ignorance and misinformation poses to all of Tamriel's creatures. If even a little scientific study can help us understand others, I should do it.
I offered Baragon the use of my more spacious accommodations for the celebration, but he felt more comfortable hosting it himself. I suppose he prefers this quaint setting to a ballroom. No matter. Ethelia is thwarted, and Westweald is safe. I believe we respect each other. We've reached an understanding, and continue to refine the details of a treaty granting Vashabar land rights and trade agreements with Skingrad and the rest of Westweald. Public opinion could be our worst problem. It may take time for common folk to understand that not all wood elves are recollection, and that Vashabar had no idea Nantharian was responsible for the new forest. Opening trade and helping heal the devastation will go a long way in that regard.
After you, Proxy. In addition to hearing what Hermaeus Mora has to say, I wish to ask him about what Ethelia showed me. If there is a way to restore Curate Gadain, the one who knows should be able to tell me. You do realize, Proxy, that the fabric of reality is a metaphor, a way to easily explain a concept that is nigh unexplainable. But to answer your question, yes. We have accomplished what Hermaeus Mora originally asked us to do, and preserved reality. I know she allowed me to briefly see the world the way she does, to gaze upon the many paths. For just a moment, I saw a path where Gadain still existed. It gave me hope. As for what I do with that, I am at a loss. We let Baragon carry out his plan, and we remember what we have accomplished in our time together. We defeated 3 princes, Periite, Vermina, and Ethelia. We saved Necrom. We saved Westweald. We saved Apocrypha. We have done well.
Glenn and I were just talking about you. If you hadn't come to the village, we would never have gone through the rite. And now look at us, assisting the Green Speaker with negotiations. But to be honest, we're still working through what Nantharian's betrayal means to the village. How to reconcile followers of the Dawnway with our Green Pact faithful. May the singer listen. I hope Glenn and I can help with that. Sun and Roots willing, we'll be married before the next crisis comes along. Just as soon as we help the Green Speaker finalize negotiations with the Count. Damn me if it doesn't, Traveler. But I think things just may work out.
I can't believe the Green Speaker selected us to join her in Skingrad. I guess it's because you helped us with our betrothal. Thanks again for that, by the way. Still not sure about a wood elf living in a structure that wasn't grown, though. Not yet. We want to see how the talks between the Green Speaker and the Count work out. Lainey doesn't want our celebration to get lost in the brambles, should relations between Dawnwood and the rest of the Weald take a turn for the worse. Soon, though.
Feldegaard Keep still stands, thanks to you. I'd like to find a way to remove the taint those recollection dogs left in the barracks. Daedric magic is foul, and the stink of Miramor is fouler still. As secure as it can be in this fouled-up world. Oh, there are recollection stragglers to drive off, and Count Calantius needs to finalize diplomatic relations with Vashabar, but we'll be all right. At least as long as the war stays to the east.
Now, this is a celebration that's more to my liking. Plus, it's good business to get to know some of the other movers and shakers of the Weald. Perhaps I'll even get to make conversation with the Count. I'm sure he'll find me captivating.
Ah, my friend! I've been hearing about your exploits beyond what we did at Valente Vineyards. You banished a forgotten Daedric prince. How fascinating. The Arcanist also mentioned something about preserving reality, but I assume that was hyperbole. Oh, I certainly hope so. I must return to Castle Ravenwatch and report on the events at the Valente Vineyards. But before I do, I want to help Ursilia get everything sorted. I owe her that much. If you ever need me, send word and I'll be there.
Allow me to talk to Hermaeus Mora first, Proxy.
Laramil, I summoned Fate's Chosen. Why are you here?
Pardon the impertinence, but we have done everything you asked. Now I have a request, Prince of Fate. Help me understand what Athelia showed me.
Ah, the many paths. You seek the return of the mortal, Gadain. It is within my power to do this for a loyal servant, but there will be a cost. It is done. One day, Laramil, you who are called the Wise, I shall claim my due for this little boon. Be prepared to pay the cost at that time.
I understand, and I accept.
Now, leave us. Chosen of Fate, approach. We will have words. Know that you have done everything I asked of you, and more, Chosen. You far exceeded my considerable expectations. Now, with reality preserved and set right, we have one last matter to deal with. Athelia, the Prince of Paths, has been exiled from this reality, never to return. Now, I must once more remove her from memory. For the sake of existence, she must once more be forgotten. Not everything. Everyone will remember that the mortal realm was threatened, and that you saved them. What they will not remember is Athelia. Mirrormore will be one more abandoned Oblivion plane, and the name Athelia will mean nothing. No, Consider that my parting gift to you. You and I shall remember Ethelia and her scions, the glory of Miramor, a reality that could have been. Now the contract between us is concluded. Return to your world with the thanks of the one who knows. Despite our vast differences, we do share one trait: curiosity. Very well. Ask your questions, and pray that my answers do not shatter your mortal mind. A hint of insolence lurks in that query. Are you convinced two Daedric princes to change course? Do you doubt your own convictions? No matter. Ethelia has gone to a reality where she has no power, and you destroyed the only path between here and there. I am Daedra, the one who knows. I see infinite possibilities arrayed before me, but not necessarily the final path. In you, I saw potential, but I could not determine how that potential would be realized. That is your power, mortal. Use it wisely. Miramor and its denizens shall be known from this point forth. But who they were and who they served will remain a mystery. Now, they are masterless. Their plane a shattered ruin. Any that remain in your world will be dealt with or depart in time. No. Even if you try to remind them, they will not remember Ethelia. They cannot remember. You have proven yourself capable and worthy of my confidence. You, and you alone, shall remember. Let my word go forth. Purge Ethelia from every mind in our shared reality. Now and for eternity. No glyphics, no repressed memories, just you and I, as the last witnesses to the existence of the Prince of Paths. We were bound by this threat to reality. Now, we share this final secret. Farewell, mortal.
Gadain! The one who knows spoke true.
Laramil? Friend? What's going on? The last thing I remember, friend, we were exploring an Ayleid ruin, looking for something to stop. The more I try to remember, the less I can recall. What happened to me, my friend? I did what now? I fell into a pit of some sort? And Hermaeus Mora brought... No matter. Since this seems to be a celebration, I take it we accomplished whatever it was we were up to in that ruin. Well, that's good. I knew we could do it. Never doubted it for an instant. I'm glad we won, my friend. And that we're all here to celebrate our victory. I see Laramil over there. You should go and talk to her. I'll join you in a moment.
Friend, I'd like to say a few words about what we accomplished.
One more moment, Baragon. I need to speak with our friend first. I knew you were special the moment I met you, Proxy. No, you are Proxy no more. You are just my friend. We stopped Vermina and Periite, defeated Torvasad, saved Necrom and Westweald. But I feel there was something else. Something important. Do not tease me with nonsense words, friend. I am just grateful that Gadain has been returned to us, and that the one who knows has given me one more reward to bestow upon you. Now let us allow Baragon to make his speech and celebrate our success. Our journey has reached a suitable conclusion, friend. A long rest is in order for all of us. Perhaps I can convince Curate Gadain to join me in exploring Apocrypha. I would like that. As for you and me, thank you for everything. I am not sure what you mean. I remember our adventures quite clearly. We saved Nirn and Apocrypha from rogue Dremora and a revived Ayleid cult. And do not fear. I shall never forget that we accomplished all that primarily due to your actions. I believe some rest and relaxation are in order. I hope to take Curate Gadain away so we can get to know each other better. The Spear and Tarn can be quite lovely when the tome shells are migrating. A question I had not considered. But the paths I saw were possibilities, not other realities. I asked Mora to return my Gadain. I must believe that he did as I requested. In the end, does it really matter? Gadain has returned. And I am relieved. I should be thanking you. You were Fate's chosen. I was merely along to guide you on your path. But what did you call it? A vacation? I am not sure I have ever had one of those before. Perhaps our paths shall cross again, friend. I hope so.
Everyone, your attention please. Let's celebrate not only our victories, but the heroic actions of our friend here. They defeated the rogue Dremora, Vargas and Torvasad, took down Nantharion, the false king. They saved Westweald, maybe the entire world. So raise a glass and shout a cheer. Thank you, my friend, for always doing what you do best.
Our journey has reached a suitable conclusion, friend. A long rest is in order for all of us. Perhaps I can convince Curate Gadain to join me in exploring Apocrypha. I would like that. As for you and me, thank you for everything.
It was an honor to work by your side, my friend. Thank you for helping me stop the recollection and save Westweald, and everything else we wound up saving in the process. I'm just glad I got to throw this little celebration before you departed. You inspired me, friend. Put the adventuring bug back in my bonnet. I'll help deal with any remaining Daedra and Recollection forces in Westweald. Assist with the Vashabar negotiations. After that, I'm sure I can find something else exciting. Wood Elves love their epithets. You've seen me use daggers. Someone called me that once and it stuck. At least until I retired and became a scribe. In fact, because of all the stories she heard growing up, Everly took the name Sharp Arrow to honor me.
Have you ever had a thought suddenly slip away? It's frustrating. Like trying to grasp an eel with an oven mitt. Anyway, I'm glad I was able to attend this quaint gathering and show Skingrad's appreciation for all you've done.
Nice party. I didn't know you were so famous.
What? I was resting. Besides, you got along fine without me. I'm awake and materialized now because I never could resist a good celebration. That includes not a single other Telvanni who was out to get me.
Don't look so surprised, comrade. The people...
you are seeing this, the Crow has set you on the path to learn the art of scribing. A world of magic awaits you. I've left behind another sort of guide. The True Sight Lens. Seek it out in the East Wing. The lens and the fables are signposts to seek the luminaries. And they will teach you far more than I ever could. I wish my time as the Scholarium had ended differently. Nothing would stop my husband from making his mad bargain. But through you, the art of scribing will live on.
Sorry about that one, adventurer. I need to brief you.
Seems we have a pest problem of sorts.
Ho there, friend. I know the path of scribing beckons. You're no doubt hoping to contact the Griffin Luminary. Unfortunately, it seems we have a page thief in the Scholarium. Just so. We were cataloging tomes and left the fable unattended for just a moment. Then from the other room, we heard yips and snarls and found it torn apart. Nalia is already at work trying to find an alternative to the missing pages. The East Wing, looking for anything Ulfsild might have left behind about the Griffin. Hopefully she'll get you pointed in the right direction. My deepest apologies. This was a grave error on my part, but it won't happen again. Don't worry. A few wards around the library and we'll make sure the page thief doesn't strike again. In the meantime, perhaps Nalia has found something left behind by Ulfsild over in the East Wing. It's going well. I'm not usually the type to work at a desk, but it's been interesting to walk the halls and see all the different titles. From what Julian and Anard have said, this place is a treasure trove of knowledge. A section dedicated to cookbooks from the First Era, shelves of poetry from Mora, and a startling number of bawdy limericks stacked up in a pile of chapbooks. Archmage Ulfsild, it seems, was eager to follow the hunt for knowledge wherever it led. I'll help Julian and Anard set up wards. This won't happen again on my watch.
Perhaps I could put some protection runes on the most valuable tomes. That's still what? A couple hundred books or so? Not like I have anything better to do. I suppose you could say that. The bird has been interesting to talk to. I've only spoken with one talking bird before. A rook in the Black Feather Court. The crow laughed when I mentioned them. I asked if she was related to the Black Feather birds in some way, and the crow thought that was pretty funny. I'm gonna take that as a no, personally, but I'm not sure what else that tells us.
The Netch and the Dragon may be more outspoken, the Indrik more powerful, but I believe the Griffin and the Fox were part of the Scholarium's heart. Good to see that heart beating again.
Good, you're here. Give it a listen. It only took cross-referencing 3 tomes to figure out this echo might be about the Griffin. Let's find out what it has to say.
I can already feel the pull on Ivea. Nothing we can do now will outpace the greed of a Daedric prince. I know that this situation is hard to accept, but I wish the Griffin and the Fox would understand. This isn't a fight we can win.
She sounded so sad. Losing Ivea and the Scholarium to the whims of Sheogorath must have been devastating. And it sounds like the Griffin didn't much like it either.
I can already feel the pull on Ivea. Nothing we can do now will outpace the greed of a Daedric prince. I know that this situation is hard to accept, but I wish the Griffin and the Fox would understand. This isn't a fight we can win. Most of the luminaries have already accepted what this means for the Scholarium. But the Griffin, he's as inflexible as the shield he believes himself to be. If only his little companion could get him to see reason.
She sounded so sad. Losing Ivea and the Scholarium to the whims of Sheogorath must have been devastating. One can hope. I still can't quite wrap my head around the fact that you helped bring Ivea home. In any case, Ulfsild was just as talented as her husband. Almost every one of her wards is holding, which makes our interloper all the more confusing. I managed to catch sight of our pest just before you arrived, and it's... well, it's a fox. Possibly the fox Ulfsild mentioned in the Echo? It was enormous and seemed intelligent. Honestly, it looked very surprised to see me. We're all in above our heads here. Don't look to me for answers. Luckily, our foxy friend might have helped us out. When he saw me, he dropped one of the pages. It's the first page to the fable with Ulfsild's notes clear as day. Ulfsild must have left it behind with the annotations already visible. For some reason? Maybe if you meet that fox, you can ask him about it. I put it on the table just over there. Give it a look. Ulfsild's handwriting is on every tome in here, but she wasn't eager to share much of herself with history. As for the Griffin, he seems to come off as a strong personality, but with a bit of an interesting soft spot. That fox she mentioned. Well, if the Griffin is the stout defender Ulfsild's notes make him out to be, you'd think he'd take a dim view to thievery. But apparently this mighty Griffin and this clever fox got along as thick as... well, thick as thieves. Ulfsild's notes make him out to be something of a knight in the mold of the ancient orders. Strong, true, and unyielding. Let's hope he's willing to talk to some interlopers before he charges into battle. I think she felt there were more important things to write about. She seems very driven, in her echoes and in the notes. Compelled by her quest to understand scribing and the luminaries, to leave behind a legacy. And you're off like a racing frog. Let me know if you want to confer about the directions in the fable. I'm so glad we were able to overcome this little hiccup. That first page should be enough to get you going. I just hope you'll find some clue that will lead you to the next set of wards. I'm not too familiar with the Rift, but I do know that the Treva is a river that splits the hold. Maybe follow it south from the Molten and see what you can find? Just remember, what was a castle overlook back then might just be ruins now. Something about those names. Gray and Saria. They seem familiar, but I can't imagine I've read this. Maybe the fable was the basis for one of my mum's many bedtime stories? She had scores of them for every season and mood that took her. Julian and Laren are working to strengthen our wards. If it was the fox stealing the pages, perhaps there'll be enough to catch it when it returns. And of course, if you need help with something, come back here and I'll do what I can. Ulfsild's handwriting is on every tome in here, but she wasn't eager to share much of herself with history. As for the Griffin, he seems to come off as a strong personality, but with a bit of an interesting soft spot. That fox she mentioned.
Impress your friends. Scribe something new. Bring it with you to your next dungeon, or battleground, or whatever it is you do.
returns for my service.
Well,